What other poll questions are we thinking about, Seton?
Let's see. Yeah, I'm just putting up there right now. More overrated in MLB postseason club history intangibles. Which team wanted more or last week's momentum?
Okay.
Those are all phrases that have been pulled directly from the headlines, which is just one of my most favorite things in the world.
Well, I would also put out analytics because you're going to hear analytics. Well, you know the book. He's got the binder out. I'm watching.
That feels very targeted, actually. That criticism. That feels like very specifically towards one manager.
I'm watching, and I swear to God I'm watching, and I'm watching with some Yankee fans. And I said, he's going to screw this up. And they go, oh, just stop. Don't. You're going to jinx him. I said, no, he's. I would have stayed with Max Fried. So I was on record as saying, okay, he's struggled. He's allowed a base runner every inning, at least one. But he is in the, like if you said you're turning the game over to John Wetland and Mariano Rivera, I'd go, get him out of there. But you're not. That bullpen is not good. And all of a sudden I'm going, he's going to outmanage himself again. Here is Aaron Boone after the game.
Aaron, Max Fried was dealing tonight. What was the thought process behind taking him out to go to the pen there with nobody on and one out in the seventh?
They pressured him pretty good in the fourth, fifth, sixth. Had a couple base runners each inning. So I felt like he kind of cruised through the first few, and obviously he ends up pitching great, but I felt like he had to work pretty hard, and I was going to have the 6B at the end, but once we finished with the double play, I wanted him to go out and get Duran, and then felt like we were lined up.
I understand it. He's got far more information, data, analytics, but there's times when you say to your pitcher, and Max Fried talked about it after the game. He was like, I wanted to stay out there. Now, it's rare when a pitcher says, take me out. But this is tension. This is pressure. We got to win this game. And that guy on the other side is dealing. I mean, he was really dealing. And then you at least have Chapman who's going to come in. So you know that you got a guy who's going to throw 100 who's been in this position before. And the Yankees bullpen, very suspect. If you said I had a dominating closer, if Trevor Hoffman is there, then I go, okay, we're going to try to survive. Certain pitchers, like Tarek Skubal, you have to get him, he's going to go 7. But it used to be when you go 7, okay, now you have to get the pitcher in the 8th inning. You have to get whoever that is. If that guy, if it's Randy Johnson or it's Kurt Schilling or whoever, Clemens, Pettit, you got to get them after they're out. And if you don't, then that guy's going to come in the 9th inning, and then you don't have any. You're going to be really playing at a decimated level. And you saw that with these two teams. The Tigers bullpen did a great job. The Red Sox did a great job. Got to close they're not going to be a lot of slugfest. The Cubs and the Padres, that was a 3-1 game. Now, you had the Dodgers with 4 home runs against the Reds, but these games come down to, it could be one inning. It could be one at bat. It could be one mistake. And sometimes analytics doesn't tell you that. It's the feel of the game. And, great managers will tell you that. I had conversations with Terry Francona, and he would say, there were just times that you went with your gut. And I don't think you hear a manager say that much anymore. Because if you go with the analytics, you can blame the analytics. If you go with your gut, I'm going to blame you. And it's like, the analytics said, well, okay. Where is that analytics guy? Who is analytics? Yes, Paul.
But analytics is supposed to remove gut. That's the entire purpose of it, to remove the human emotional element. So you're not supposed to defy it ever, in theory.
Yeah, but I
agree with you.
I'd have a hard time with that as a manager.
Yeah.
There are just certain times when you go, no, this is the right call. I'm going to leave. You know what? He talked me into I'm leaving him in. But when you can blame analytics, we don't know who analytics is. He gets a lot of blame, or she. And ladies and gentlemen, Analytics. Hi, Anna. Nice to meet you.